In a world with entirely too many shows about cars, this is another pointless automotive podcast.
Hello, Chadwick, time traveler.
Ooh.
Yeah, how are you today, sir?
I'm doing fine, man. I did some quite questionable car maneuvering, which I'll talk
Oh,
about during Project Car Progress.
okay.
Definitely no OSHA inspection is going to not destroy me for this one. So I'll detail it in a little bit.
Oh
But
boy. Okay.
how about
I'm
you,
on
man?
the I'm on the edge of my stool. It's an
Ooh,
actual stool. I don't mean I'm prairie dogging it. I'm sitting on an actual stool,
just
and
pinch it off
no,
already.
I'm quite good.
Good.
It's some technical difficulty with some microphone stuff, but we're making it work today. You
Yeah.
know, you got to think on your toes when gear goes down. And I'm drinking a it's a strawberry sparkling water.
Mm,
Nixie is the brand. I don't.
okay.
Um, it's not Nixon. I do think there should be like more disgraced um, presidential uh, themed beverages.
I am
Um,
not a seltzer water.
Oh,
yes, yeah, that could be with AI. We can like deepfake anyone's voice, and
oh,
we can just like
oh.
digitally exhume Richard Nixon, and for marketing purposes, and I'm okay with that.
I'm drinking a Bohemia, that
Hmm.
is, from 1903. So
Oh
a
wow,
vintage, if you
aged.
will. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's
It's literally just particles of dust falling into my mouth, but
lovely. That sounds fabulous.
mm.
Speaking of particles of dust, don't have a good segue this week. But what's new? I never have a good segue. Half the time, I just manage to share something deeply personal and something I
Mm.
shouldn't share. Not doing that this week. I just want to share the love of
Aw.
the wagon
Yes.
station wagons.
Mm.
Um, Fan? Yes? No?
Uh, I, I think, yeah, of course, dude. Of course, wagons, man.
It's the worst thing about wagons is that it's almost become passe
That
to
part
like
sucks.
wagons.
Yeah, yeah. It's a prerequisite, right? I'm a car enthusiast. Oh, so what's your favorite wagon?
Oh, you got to
Um,
have the brown diesel manual rear wheel drive. Dot dot dot. You know all the cliches.
yeah, right. No, yeah. Do you like wagons? Yeah, I like standard level SUVs. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Do you like dragons? No, there's like what's interesting with wagons is there's kind of I would almost say there's something for everyone
Mm,
when it comes
true.
to like enthusiasm, right? Whether you want like an old Dodge Coronet
Mm,
wagon, right? Or you want an E30 touring, or you want a two-door wagon, or
right.
you want something big, you want something small, you want something like uh, an AMC Eagle, right? You want to take your wagon off road. Like there's a lot of different. I think there's a lot of varied tastes that are out there in the world of wagons, and so you don't just have to be like I don't know. You don't have to be the cliche. I don't think.
That's right. It like you said, there's a flavor for everyone. I have not owned a huge amount of wagons. I've owned a few. Um, just two of them are identical, literally. A 2002 WRX wagon and a Subaru from 2005,
Mhm.
but also 2006 Dodge Magnum SRT8.
Yeah,
Legit wagon.
underrated wagon.
Fucking
Yeah,
such a cool dude. That car. Wow. Talk about stepping outside my comfort zone and actually enjoying it. Sometimes you gotta do that thing. Get out there and get yourself uncomfortable. But
Mhm.
yeah, I've owned those three wagons. Very different experiences for sure.
Yeah,
But dude, the functionality of it all, just especially that Magnum. Boy, you can throw some shit in that thing.
yeah. I mean, there's some cool wagons. I've only owned. What's funny is we overlap, right? I've also owned
Sure.
a Subaru. It's funny because it's kind of a car I forget that I've owned,
Right.
but I did. May it rest in peace. And so I've owned that, and then of course I owned the '83 uh, Ford Crown Victoria Country Squire.
Right.
Yes, which
That's true.
is has also moved on. It didn't burn to the ground, but it is in a new home. Hopefully, I should message that guy see where that thing's at.
Yeah,
Um,
those are rad.
and again, two impossibly different vehicles. I mean, they're kind of only related in name only of wagon. Like they
Mm.
could not be two different cars. But yeah, I would like to own, and we've talked about it, right? With the we both kind of wanted Outback XT
Right.
desperately.
Yeah.
But beyond that, like set that set that one aside. Are there any specific wagons that are like stuck in your craw? Good,
I
bad,
mean,
or indifferent?
you can't go wrong with Volvo, right? They're kind of like premier
Yeah,
wagon makers, right? You got
vintage.
850Rs, you have V70Rs, and
Mm-hmm.
the two generations those were offered. I like those a lot. The old
Soft
240s.
R's.
What's that?
Soft R's.
Yeah, we try to practice that.
Yes.
Uh,
But no,
the after hour special is when the hard R's roll out.
God,
No,
God, no.
they do
We're
not.
not.
They do not.
We will not have Joe Rogan on as a guest.
Saab has some good ones. You got the sport combis, which are kind of cool.
Yes,
The Aero,
very
like the
cool.
9.5 Aero wagon, is super cool too, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion. It somehow is an early 2000s car that looks like a mid 90s car. How does it
Yeah,
do that? How does the 9.5 do it?
I
And they
don't
don't
know.
even care, and we
No,
love it. We love it
shameless.
anyway. So yeah, the Swedes like their wagons, but yeah, I think the big thing is we don't get a lot of wagons because I think the modus operandi has been like, oh, we don't want to bring our wagons to the States. The
Don't like
Americans do not
wagons.
honor wagons; they want trucks. But so we missed out on some good stuff, very good stuff from Europe and Japan too. We got like the
Yeah,
VR4 Legnum. We've got the Cyborg. We've got like what is it? The Love. They're all
the
weird names.
Lavorg,
Vorg from Subaru. And we missed out on that. Oh, I forgot to mention the Legacy wagon, the 2005. Get it with a manual GT. That's a
Stagia. Don't forget the Nissan Stagia.
yeah, which is a GTR wagon.
The we had the Toyota Crown, the Crown Athlete,
Hmm.
which the one JZ GTE.
Very cool.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, we
there's
missed
some killer
out.
stuff that we didn't
Yeah,
get.
we missed out on a lot of shit.
I do wonder if like the chicken and the egg theory, right?
Hmm.
Like for instance, like if National Lampoon didn't lampoon the the concept of the station wagon and the family truckster and all of that, right?
Hmm.
Like if the family truckster wasn't a thing and a cultural pre-meme that it kind of was, do you think the wagon would have do you think it was that then turned it to, oh, now wagons aren't cool, and then
Hmm.
manufacturers responded by then not offering wagons, and then the ones they did still offer were deeply uncool, and that kind of killed it. Like I always wonder like what the bugbear there was. Like was it, did the tastemakers make the taste for us, or did we influence the tastemakers? I don't know.
See, I don't know about that because before SCVs took over the first round of that in the 90s, early 90s, we did, or mid 80s, we did have a lot of wagons, right? Like growing up, we had an AMC Eagle in the household with wood paneling, the SX4, which was kind of cool. There were Buick Roadmasters all over the place, right? So
Yeah, but
wagons,
there
they were
were, but
common.
they were uncool.
Yeah,
Nobody
I
made a
mean,
cool wagon. Similar with like a minivan, there were no cool minivans, and now minivans are dead. You have
yeah,
what,
truth. Yeah.
three offerings?
We always had some like the Roadmaster had a LS, effectively a V8 from Chevy, small block, right? It
Yeah,
wasn't an LS.
and wood paneling though.
So,
Like
so so
it
did the
wasn't
PT
set up to
Cruiser
be
Turbo.
cool.
What are you trying to say, bro?
Hey,
Those are
you know
fighting
what?
words.
But like, and the only cool wagons that there were made by, and that were actually sold here, were largely made by European manufacturers.
Yeah, but
You know,
dudes were swapping like big blocks into like Chevy Vegas and shit. That was always cool, right? At the drag strips. I mean, from the
right? But I wouldn't say
factory,
that was like
sure.
a,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, from the factory,
Yeah,
right? Like
fair.
there was,
Yeah.
and so therefore it was like, oh, there's only like, you know, uh, old Cutlass Sierra wagons and shit that's like deeply uncool. The
Datsun
Chevrolet Celebrity wagon.
Datsun 510 wagon.
Yeah, but I think
Mhm.
in the death of the wagon in like the 80s, and really the 90s is when the wagon got killed. Because
Yeah.
there were wagons, you get a Camry wagon in the early 90s and Corolla and stuff, but they weren't cool. I
Correct.
mean, what
Yeah.
was the coolest wagon of the 80s and 90s?
Saturn SW2.
Sure.
Fucking around. I'm fucking around. But seriously, Geostorm
Cressida, and that
wagon
wasn't
back.
cool.
Yeah, that's a good point.
There were no cool wagons. We didn't get cool wagons until they started coming over from Europe in like the early 2000s.
Fair. Yeah, maybe a 240 Volvo could be kind of cool, or an 850 for sure, right? That was a sporty
Yeah,
850R.
850R.
Yeah.
You might be onto it. That might be the coolest wagon that we got here in North America. And even that was auto only. And I think if you went to like a 23-year-old in 1996 and asked them, is Volvo cool or not? You would get a resounding no. I don't know. Yeah. It's interesting. Because there weren't even that many cool sedans, if I'm being honest. All the cool stuff was coupes and convertibles and hatches.
True. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Like dedicated sports cars. So you had a few, right? You had like M3 190E, again, European stuff, right? You didn't have that many sporting sedans from Japan, really. You had some, Nova twin cam, but like, come on.
We would never say that car's name in a negative light again.
Yeah, but how sick would that be if you can get a Nova twin cam
wagon? Oh shit! How good would that be,
man? One can dream. See, other podcasts dream about, like, well, what if the Ferrari had the and we're like, what if they made a Nova twin cam wagon?
Dude, that is dope. I'd love to see a concept drawing of that. That would look sick.
Hey Siri. Ooh. Yeah, just go chat GPT or something.
Or, that Geostorm wagon back with the turbo impulse engine for the RS.
Yeah.
God, that'd be cool too. Damn boy.
Yes.
Yeah, those are good points. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah. So
yeah, but like, I don't know. Like, I wonder,
cool wagons.
If there were some cool wagons made back then, like, would they still be cool today? Because I think they are cool today. I think the car enthusiast thinks they're cool.
Sure.
But it's very apparent that car enthusiasts don't matter to really any manufacturer, right? Like maybe Porsche, maybe.
I mean,
cool stuff doesn't get made anymore.
And we're just obsessed. Like everything is SUV, like period. Now, like any new vehicle, there's this obsession with being off the ground, a sense of like being higher up. It's safer, which it isn't, right? But
it's grounded to the ground.
Yeah,
well, it's an arms race.
Also, the space, right? The perceived space when you're in an SUV. These wagons we're talking about, like let's talk about a Ford Taurus wagon, right?
Yeah.
From the early 90s. Those things could hold an insane amount of stuff. It just was on the ground. There wasn't 9 inches of ground clearance. Sue them, right? But you had the space solution was there with these wagons. And I think that's where my like comes from, because the best thing about a wagon is, and sometimes there's fun things like the rear-facing seats or like a third row, or just the ability to put a ton of shit back there.
Yeah, a full sheet of plywood, whatever.
It's a stretched hatchback, and for that, I love wagons. That aspect of it's really cool, and they do look sick. Like the roof line being as long as it is, it's just, I don't know. There's something about it. Like I really dug on the Magnum grew on me as I owned it. Like it didn't look like anything else. I mean, yeah, it's a Hemi powered V8 and Mopar, no car, baby. But it's just a cool car, right? Especially the SRT8.
Do you think that out of all of that era of like modern Mopar stuff, between the Charger, the Challenger, the 300C, do you think that the Magnum will ultimately, say, fast forward in 15, 20 years? Do you think that will be like the sneaky, most desirable one? Because I feel like right now it's the most forgotten one.
Yeah, but the values, dude, are like, they're pretty high. Look up an SRT8 Magnum right now. I think... I
don't Google the word Magnum on principle.
Oh, that's a shame.
Bad things.
Everything I order has the word Magnum in it. You know what I'm talking about? But seriously though, the Magnum, if it had a 6-speed manual, God, could you imagine if they did a manual for like 2 years or 1 year on that? How valuable that would be if it came with the 6.1.
Right. Yeah. Manual.
Stupid amounts of expense.
One can dream.
But to your point, if you had like an 06, 07, 08 Magnum SRT8, low mileage, and you stowed it away, I bet right now you'd get at least the MSRP back for it.
Yeah. I think that's right. Yeah,
good chance of that. I mean, and then in 10 years,
look at the CTSV wagons.
Oh, unbelievable!
Like
those kind of plateaued. They plateaued a bit though.
Yeah, they have. But like, if you still have a clean 6-speed wagon,
Hell yeah.
it's still probably worth its MSRP,
Mm,
which is fabulous.
hell yeah.
So it goes to show, I don't know. It does
Mm,
make me wonder if they made, if they sold 70,000 a year of those, would they still hold their value? Probably not.
no, yeah.
But they'd still be just as cool. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So I don't know. We should get
There,
one.
we did get some weird wagons too, right? Like we
Yeah.
talk about it from time to time. I think we've talked about Geostorm wagon back already. We got that out of our system. Pretty weird.
Yeah.
How about like a modern one that's just like I can't I remember the first time I saw this car, dude, and I was like, how does this exist? The Buick Regal Tour X.
Yeah.
Like how does that and it looks fucking good.
They're good. I've not driven one. I know they're supposed to be pretty good, but not like terribly powerful.
Yeah, I think they're all 2-liter turbo, which everything is, I guess.
Right.
At the end of the day.
Everything. Yeah.
We're 200,
all
250
turbocharged.
horsepower, 295 pound-feet of torque.
Okay.
It's pretty beefy.
That would be a rad daily. Like,
Oh, dude, hell yeah. Absolutely.
yeah, no manuals, right?
Never. No, all automatic. How much of those are you looking up some
That's
used
what I'm
ones
doing right now. I'm trying to
curious.
see.
I got a feeling it's like 15, 17. Okay.
Here's like a really like overly nice one. 74,000 miles. They're asking 21.
Okay, fair.
And then this is just on Facebook Marketplace. And then here's one. They're asking 12.9 with 143K. And here's another one asking 14 with 115.
Okay.
So they seem to be a pretty good buy.
That's a lot of car. And what year are we talking? Like 17, 18, 19?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, this is why I don't remember anyone's birthday, but I remember this shit, dude. What a cool looking car though. It does look good. It looks good from all angles.
Yeah, I should should we just go fuck it, let's just all get Buicks. We'll be the Buick gang. Riding hard, right?
I mean, those modern Buicks are fucking miserable, right? That 1.4 turbo or whatever the fuck it is.
Oh yeah.
And the Enclave or whatever the Envision, the Enlightened.
Yeah, there's like the Enclave, the Envision, the Invicta. No, I don't know.
Insemination.
The engorgement. Yeah, I don't know. It's funny. It's like they're almost trying to do like the Lotus thing, and everything starts with E.
Right. Yeah, those Tour X's were out of left field. No one knew that thing was coming. And when I remember the first time I saw it, it was where was it? I think it was at the Grand Canyon. So it was like tourists driving it as a rental. So I was like, did someone bring this from another country? I've never seen this vehicle.
Right.
And it was right around the time.
Mexican plates.
Yeah, it was like the first year of it. And I'm like, this doesn't make sense. I'm looking like on the spot, Googling, and I'm like, Buick has a wagon?
Yeah. Wow.
Pretty
you turned
cool.
into like a Buick commercial.
They do look awesome though, right? Yeah. If I remember correctly, they have a pretty like modern looking front end, really kind of aggressive look to it, kind of modern Charger looking. I'm going purely off memory.
They're kind of roundy.
Yeah.
More than a Charger.
It's aggressive-ish.
Question. And I don't have an answer for it. But can you think of a vehicle where there's a sedan and a wagon and the sedan is better? The better choice. I kind of think, assuming like spec to spec, right? Like I'm not going to say Evo versus Lancer Rally Art Sportback.
No, God, no.
But like I want to say
the Camry wagon's pretty shitty looking from just aesthetics. I'd rather have a Camry sedan.
Maybe
it just looks like all the ass is like hanging out way too far.
You got the triple wiper on the back.
I know, but that ass is like 6 feet past the rear.
Dang it.
The rear.
On a trailer.
Yeah.
Maybe even literally.
Yeah.
But the
wagon worse than the sedan.
I would say, and feel free to yell at me. I think a Bug-Eye WRX, as much as I love the wagon, I think gun to my head, which is how these things work always, right?
Always.
There's always a gun to your head.
It's like the scene from Swordfish. Holly Berry's blowing you.
Oh, I've never seen
scene. Or am I thinking of two different
Swordfish.
scenes? I don't think.
Monster
Maybe it wasn't
Ball?
Holly Berry blowing anybody. Someone was
No?
blowing someone with the gun to his head. It was fucking wild, dude.
Huh.
True story.
A gun to his. Wait.
While he's hacking the computer, there's a woman going
Oh,
downtown while he's trying to do it and a gun to his head.
I thought you meant like he had to fillet somebody with a gun to his head.
No, I
I don't know
mean,
how he would be filleting Holly Berry.
yeah.
I don't know. I haven't seen enough of Halle
I'm
Berry to
I'm
really
crossing.
know that
Yeah,
she couldn't.
I'm crossing memories here
Fillet.
because Holly Berry's in that topless. That's what she's famous for in that movie.
Sure.
But
I've never
there's a
seen the
scene.
movie.
Who's the main guy in that? It's
John Travolta, right?
no, it's not
Right?
him. No.
I don't know.
Who
I
cares?
don't know. Stay tuned for
Someone's getting
movie
blown
hour.
with a gun to their head, and he's having to like hack something. Anyway,
I mean,
how do we get on that?
statistically,
How do we get on this?
statistically, that's probably happening somewhere on the globe. If not right now, within the last 24 hours.
I have a feel for this kind of stuff. Wait, now.
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. Somebody got finished and we don't know who. But
What kind of finish?
exactly, like I don't it's a loaded question.
Oh.
So, where the hell were we go? Oh, yes, WRX. Gun to my head. I think especially I think like the Hawkeyes, it's a little bit more of a like it's not as an abrupt difference, but I think the thinner fenders on the bug eyes on the earlier cars 02, 03, I think and the blob eyes really. I think the WRX sedans look better than the wagon. And maybe are better.
That's a very strong, bold statement. You're right though, because you don't get the aggressive arches over the rear. It's the rear and the front. The front is all smoothed out. The rear you miss those super angular.
Even the front fenders are different. Like
the front fenders are different, but on the sedan there's like this really crazy angular rear ones if you look at it, and the wagon doesn't get that. I mean, you do get the wagon, which is fucking sweet.
Oh yeah, the wagon is killer. Like the thinking man or woman's choice is the wagon.
Yep.
But like, if I close my eyes and picture a WRX, it's a sedan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you. I'll give you that. Point. Sedan.
Still, like, if you're like, oh, I'm gonna get the wagon, I'm like, sick, hell yeah. Like,
Sure.
The wagon, I think, is the better object, but the one I don't think it's the better object. I don't know.
Ford Taurus sedan looks better than the wagon too.
Yeah, but if they made an SHO wagon,
that'd be cool. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm definitely not going to say, well, you know what? This one's tough because it's only the second gen TSX.
Oh,
you could get a wagon, only automatic. So that's already a party.
Could you get a manual in the second gen?
Mm-mm.
I think you could, not in the wagon though, but in the sedan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not in the V6.
Correct.
In the 2.4.
K24. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't love the way that wagon looks though, but I'm glad I'm glad it's a thing and I'm glad it exists.
Right. It's like, well, IS 300. I take the sedan over the wagon.
I was gonna say,
yeah,
because of the manual.
Sport cross.
God, but the sport. Sport cross is so cool though.
The sedan looks just right. The proportions are perfect on that car.
Yeah. I always thought like the taillight treatment on the wagons are pretty goofy.
They are. They're forced Altezza. Do you remember because of those cars, everybody had Altezza lights you could buy for your Civic? Just because of the goddamn IS 300 or Toyota Altezza.
In like whatever the early 2000s, I had a just a GIF saved on my computer of it was just a clip from the first Fast and the Furious where Dom Toretto, Vin Diesel's character in the first Fast and the Furious, is like shooting at like the opening scene where like the Civics are like trying to like rob the cargo, and he shoots at it with a shotgun and it blows like the Altezza taillight out of the back of it, and it was like an anti-Altezza GIF
That's
that
brilliant.
I had just on hand in case I needed it on a forum or something, you know.
It's like near double digits of cars I've had to replace Altezza lights in, of Civics and Miatas over the years. Just kind of became a thing. Kind of want to do it.
What the newest?
We should probably do one. No, now it's like nightshade. People nightshading their shit with spray paint, like a G35.
Yes. Yeah, but I wonder, what is the newest production car right now that you can still go out and buy Altezzas for?
Oh, I bet they have everything, dude. I guarantee the latest.
You go like right
the latest
now,
Ultima. I guarantee.
I just like
100%.
can I just go like get like the brand new like Lexus like 2025 like LX 700H or whatever and just immediately get Altezas on it?
100%.
And then then the car won't start because of like weird CAN bus issues. But
How about this? You get a choice. I don't know how we got on this, but you could do Altezza lights on all your cars forever,
okay,
or heavy, shitty looking oversprayed nightshade. One or the
man.
other for the rest of your life, regardless.
Question: is there overspray on the surrounding panels from the night shade, or did they?
I mean, there usually is, but how about it's like unevenly coated? So some
Or
parts
where
are
you
like
can see where they masked it off with tape, but they still went beyond that, and so you can
right.
see like the opposite, like on the outside of the masking where that went over a little.
Right. And my thing is, even though when they hit the brakes, you can barely see their fucking brake lights, which is my favorite feature, is how it like kind of shines like unevenly through the surface.
Yeah, you can just see like a.
It's
they were
that.
way too
It's
close
that.
with the rattle can, and it's just like zebra
So
stripe.
Altezza or Nightshade? Well, this is a good automotive. Would you
I
rather?
think at this point, Altezas, because it's almost come all the way full circle. Where like if I showed up somewhere in a God, I don't even know. Um, like what is the most obscene thing? The new electric. Speaking, we'll bring it back to wagons. Show up in the new electric M5
Oh yeah.
or like the hybrid M5 touring with freaking like poorly done Altezas, right?
Oh.
Like obviously from Timu or whatever. Yeah.
Think of like the Galant VR4 with Altezzas. I mean, just
God.
just absolutely ruining it. But
Yeah.
I hate the Nightshade's so fucking. It's so cringy and disgusting.
Yeah.
And unsafe. I mean, there's that
Well,
aspect to look at,
sure.
right?
Although a lot of those Altezas, you see them like when the brake light lights up, it's
Oh,
like
it's white.
pale pink. Yeah, it's like not even close to being actual red.
Dude, we need to do like a late EK. We'll get an EX so we can at least have a little bit of VTech action. And do it like a 2000s one. I'm talking Underglow, I'm talking
Yeah.
Altezas. We should do one, but make it fucking better than it needs to be.
Yeah,
Like
get
make
an
it
HKS like mega dirt flow intake.
hell yeah.
And God, who made all like DC headers? I'm trying to think of like the brands that were like prominent in.
Yeah, HKS exhaust for sure, but that's gonna be money, so we'll probably go with something a little
Like
cheaper.
the Monza or something. Like
Yeah, but we'll put a good
XS
suspension.
power.
We should put an awesome suspension on it and like make it actually fucking shred.
Man,
Ooh.
yeah.
You can get those bad boys for like $3,000 or less.
You know what we should do? We should for an episode. I should find on eBay or something. Order just a poo poo platter of like sport compact cars from like the mid 90s through like the mid 2000s, and we just like go through it and like look at builds and articles and the catalog and just have a blast.
Dude,
Just
I
how
used
silly
to
that would
have the biggest stack, like import tuner, like you said, modified Super Street, all that stuff, and
Oh,
I threw it
Super
all
Street.
away. Yeah, and it was
Oh, man.
all
Yeah.
it was so cool. And one was like the first magazine to ever really feature the Galant VR4, and that's when I fell in love in like the 90s on that car. But dude, it's just those magazines are so fucking cool.
Yeah,
we could even do budget builds, like dollar store versions of like the actual good cars in there.
God, you know what would hurt is like going back and looking at like the prices on stuff where you'll be like a supercharge, a Jackson Racing supercharger kit for a Honda Del Sol or something. You're like, oh my God, it's so expensive. It's $899, and it's like everything, like injectors, piggyback, like all of it, and it's just like now that would be like a $12,000 kit.
Oh yeah, and it's beat to shit, right?
Yeah, or no, I mean just like if you were to get like the modern equivalent.
Oh yeah.
Like
but people still sell like for the Miatas. It's big, the Jackson Racing supercharger, and just the supercharger itself, like leaking fluid with like 100,000 miles on it, is triple the price it was new. It's just
yeah.
Hey,
horrible. You know what? You buy that because you couldn't spring for the Comptech supercharger for your Del Sol. It was too.
Ooh.
It had that bar certification. It was too rich. But anyways, wagons. I don't know. I mean, wagons are cool. I don't know how much more that we can discuss about it. I would say I think a sneaky, excellent wagon that I would want right now is, so I just was messing with that C43 AMG
Mm-hmm.
the 99 C43 AMG. Well, it's 99, baby. You can bring in a Euro market wagon now, left-hand drive,
Ooh.
like German market, Swedish market, whatever. Um,
That's true.
like left-hand drive C43 wagon, and it would probably not be insane money. And it would be insanely cool. And most of the parts are going to be available stateside as long as you don't like need a tailgate or anything.
Right. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think that would be the forbidden fruit. I like a lot of the Japanese stuff, but like wrong. I don't know. I want to drive from the left side if I can do it.
I'm with you on that one, man. I did have a couple weird wagons we didn't get to.
Yes, what do we got? Let's get weird.
Nissan Stanza wagon.
Yeah, okay.
Such a cool car.
It's a weird wagon.
There's less than a dozen on the road, guaranteed in this country. I think we can all say that safely. There's a few of these. Mazda 6 wagon. You can get it with a V6 and a manual.
Yeah.
And they're pretty cool. I like those. Big fan of those. We talked about Lancer Sportbacks. Those are super neat. I wish the Rally Art didn't have the stupid ass dual clutch that always fails. I wish they would have stuck.
That's right.
If they would have dropped that 5-speed in there, those would be super desirable. But that's the only reason. If you ever wonder why those
turbocharged.
Yeah. But they're just it's poop. It's poop, man. But I had to mention those too. We didn't touch upon those. Really like those Mazda 6 wagons. Those are pretty cool. They're pretty rare. Like to find the V6 manual. I've always thought that was that's like a cool little sneaky, great daily vehicle.
No, I agree. Those are cool. There was one that came through Car Donation. I know we had talked about it, and then it ended up being, I don't know, having a bunch wrong with it. But they're cool. They're good. Do recommend.
Cool.
Are
we wagoned out?
I think we're not for now. I mean, for now,
are we wagoned out?
Too much of a good thing. I think we can get this wagon on down the road, I suppose. Hey,
wagon in the breeze.
That's right, wagon the dog. Why don't we do this? Why don't we get prepared for bad things to happen by you quizzing all over me, and I will tell the good people at home that's not a euphemism and what it actually means. Oh boy. So without further ado, this is our print ad quiz game, yet to be properly named, still yet to be properly sponsored. Still looking at you, Linglongs. And the way this works is one of us, in this case Chadwick, is going to find a print ad from a magazine, some sort of periodical, and he's going to read the type copy from this automobile advertisement. It's going to span the 80s, the 90s to the mid-2000s. He's going to redact out any overly identifying information, and then it's incumbent upon me to figure out what we're talking about here. I'm ready. Please play along at home, or don't. It's up to you. I don't respect your decision. And Chadwick, what do we got?
All right, buddy. I got a good one for you. You are deserving of a 2-page spread, my friend. So we got a 2-pager. Vehicle, perfect side profile, driver side, straight on.
Apply directly to the forehead.
Wonderful shape. The background is a scenic lake, some pine trees, definitely coniferous trees. We have some mountainous landscape in the back. It's sunset, absolutely beautiful. It evokes outdoor vibes, if you will. So, find a world you thought was lost. So we're already getting adventurous.
Dinosauric.
People were sure they'd never feel the sense of satisfaction again. Not in today's world. Then they saw the adventure and comfort, style and ruggedness, performance and roominess could still be found in a single place. Suddenly, drivers of everything from trucks to luxury sedans, costly imports to cramped utility vehicles, traded in their old ideas for the versatility plus sophistication blank offered. They're really selling it, buddy.
Yeah.
You gotta buy into
this dream. What can't it do?
Yo, there's more. Today, this is the most sought after vehicle in its class. That is not a backed statement.
Class of one.
And finding a different, still special world is easier than anyone imagined. Okay, we do have some breakouts, so little picture-in-picture, if you will.
I love this. Yes.
Little pictographs. So we do have one showing the interior clearly from a cutaway car.
Okay.
A choice of available amenities like the leather seating surfaces, an open air roof, and sound system with CD player.
Ooh.
Let you make the world let you make this world your world. Your is underlined. Okay, now we have a picture of the back of the vehicle.
Hmm.
It says, oh, I don't know if I can read this without giving away. You know what? This is fine because we're already in trucklet. So a thoughtful feature can make a big difference with the spare stored under the vehicle.
Hmm.
The cargo area is more generous and is easy to load. Now we have a
No loads
view.
refused.
Yeah. Oh, it's loaded, baby. So we get a view from the top down showing the roof cut off, bunch of people sitting in the vehicle with their heads still. It wasn't that kind of a cutoff.
Ah, okay.
More overall room than anything in this class, assuming there's more than one. All passengers have easy access. That is the weirdest sentence. Plus the
To each
benefits
other? Like, what do they have easy access to?
to the vehicle, hopefully.
Yeah.
They got in there.
To each other's mouths.
We do have some tech specs, plus the benefits of anti-lock brakes and
Oh.
a 4-liter EFI V6.
V6.
Big stuff
Okay.
there. Yep. With touch drive, that's a specific drive there. Hint, hint, hint. You shift from 2WD to 4WD, whatever that means. High and back with push button ease.
Mm-mm.
Find yourself in a blank. You have 10 minutes, my friend.
Sure. Okay. So
Good vehicle.
4-liter V6 says a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately the mind jumps to a Ford power plant.
Okay. That's where you let it go.
That is where I want to go. Mostly because it was bitching about like expensive imports. And so I don't think this is a European manufacturer. Doesn't really read like that ad anyways.
No.
Because if this was a Chrysler product, the V6 is a 3.9. GM, you've got a 2.8 or a 4.3. It's a V6, not an inline 6. So this isn't Jeep. We're not just emptying every pocket. So I'm thinking, and for some reason with the ABS and just the way this was kind of stitched together, it makes me think it's like not a. So I'm thinking Ford Explorer is my reflex here. I don't know. It feels more like it reads more like a second generation Explorer, which then it could also be a Mercury Mountaineer. No Mazda Navajo, because that did not have easy access for all passengers.
No,
2 doors only.
No, 2 of them.
So I'm going to say this is a second generation. Let's call it a 1996 Ford Explorer. Final answer, Bob.
Find yourself in an Explorer.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
I was thinking Mountaineer maybe, but
you're a little off on year. This is actually a 93, my friend. So
okay.
There were some revisions. The Explorer came out in 91, first model year.
Right.
So that's
why
it
is the first gen then.
Yeah, still first gen.
Okay,
they did change some things though. There are some differences, and that's why they're calling out best in its class. They couldn't do that obviously the premier year. But yeah, this is a 93, and dude, these things are fucking cool. It looks.
Is it a limited? Is it Eddie Bauer? I can't tell.
It looks kind of like an Eddie Bauer.
Yep. Yeah, it's got the two-tone.
But what a difference these look like. For 93, these things looked very modern. I remember when they came out.
Second gen came out in 95.
I think you're pretty close there. I think 95 or 96, right?
Yeah. With the yeah, I don't know. It's hard to see those Explorers and not think Jurassic Park.
Fair enough. The Eddie Bauers were nice. They always had tan leather. They're cool, man. These are cool. My buddy had a Ford Explorer Sport, so the 2-door with a manual and the 4-liter, which was like one of the coolest specs you could get. an early Explorer in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was forest green, the dark green, at least the top color of this one. Super cool truck, by the way. I like these
Yeah.
things.
They're rad. They've aged gracefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of them got cashed for clunkers, unfortunately.
We still need to do a Cash for Clunkers episode.
We
We
should.
really need to. Where we just go down the list and weep.
Dude.
Like, you know, like just multiple, you know, everything. So many Land Cruisers and so many of those, and just
to be fair though, like a Ford Explorer, even now, like a decently clean first gen is still pretty affordable. They never really got a cult following, which is it's kind of shitty because that 4-liter is awesome. They put that in the Rangers, they put it in all kinds of other applications, and it's a pretty good motor. I'll take it over a 5.4 Triton any goddamn day of the week. But,
yeah, for sure.
You know, that 4-liter is pretty good. I think it's up there with like the Jeep 4-liter, the inline 4. But
yeah, I think they had.
It's up there.
What was their bugaboo? Didn't they have something with like cam issues or like cam? I don't know.
I don't
want to
think
say
it
there
was
was something.
It was one of those. I think it was an IMS thing where it wasn't as big as everyone let you on it that it was. But I mean, it's pretty rugged. But I like the way these things look. I always thought they were cool little trucks. And I mean, really though, you want to talk about the SUV takeover? It's because the Explorer came out. Like it really.
Yeah, that was a big part of it.
Yep.
Explorer and I think
Cherokee getting popular again.
Yeah, and that second generation 4Runner.
Yep.
Was a big deal too.
Pathfinder was in there.
More expensive. Yeah. The Cherokee. There's a bunch of stuff, but the one that really kind of changed the game was that.
Yep, the Explorer for sure.
It really made it more of a, because even like a Jeep is a Jeep, right? Like the Cherokee was first and it was successful and all that, and same with the Blazer, but those had like a more rugged feel. The Explorer came out and it was just like, oh, this is a soccer mom car that is kind of rugged.
Yeah.
Versus the other way around. Versus like, hey, here's a rugged thing that you can push into daily duty.
That's it.
And that was it. Game, set, match.
Good looking truck still.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Good looking truck.
Yeah, I'd like one. That'd be rad.
Ooh, good job, man. I figured you kill that one. And it was, we did the first year, but this is after they did some revisions and I got some accolades apparently. And the ad was completely different. So I thought I'd shoot it out to you. But yeah, these trucks are cool. I'm really going through a truck thing right now, apparently. So let's talk about trucks all the time.
There you go. Get truck.
Get trucked or die trying.
You've been working on anything, my guy?
Yeah,
you want to do some P to the C to the P?
Let's do some totally legal PCP, also known as Project Car Progress. My friend, we talked last week about how I picked up that sweet ass fucking geo tracker, and the coolest thing about it is, and this is now I'm becoming a geo tracker expert as I do when I buy all these random fucking shit boxes. So in 95, you could get an 8-valve, you can get a 16-valve, you can get an MFI engine, you can get a TBI engine, and you have to know these fucking things ordering parts. So I went through the wonderful art of ordering every part I need for this truck. And Rock Auto, baby, I'm going to say it, Frank. I love Rock Auto. I absolutely love Rock Auto. For
unsponsored yet. Rock Auto, get at us. We'll do it for just magnets.
Yeah, and not ironically, I love their whole ass, dude. I love the whole ass of Rock Auto. But it's so you have to know everything when you get on there. So timing belts, things like that in these vehicles. So I have the most basic ass geo tracker. It's the 8-valve. It's the it's the rear wheel drive. It's the 5-speed manual. It is literally the one you want because nothing will break. So all the parts, so I got everything ordered. It takes so long to order parts for these vehicles because you have to go through and you have to check the right one. And then sometimes it's obscure. You have to double look up the part number to make sure. But I got everything from thermostats, timing belt, the water pump. And they even have on Rock Auto the ASIN. I got ASIN water pump, ASIN thermostat. Perfect. You know me. And all the brakes because it's drum in the back. So you get all the drum components. Everything's Raybestos. So it's good. I'm putting good shit into it. It's a really good truck. It's just a blast. I got a new white top to put on it. So I'm going to keep the white theme.
How much did that run?
It was like, I want to say it was like 200, just over 200 change.
It's not bad.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
Shipped. Yeah, no. And they're cool because you can take the windows off. Like I said, after 95 and newer, you could take the windows off independently, which is a cool feature. So all that, ordering all that is crazy. And then fluids, all that kind of fun stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm super pumped, man, but it takes a long time to order those parts, right? I think the
Hmm.
total Rock Auto bill was like around $300, which isn't bad to recondition an entire Geo tracker, if you will.
Yes.
Uh, I might
Yeah.
have to get some suspension stuff when I get under there, but like I said, this thing only has like 50,000 or less real
Sure.
driving mileage on it, so it feels fucking good. It's such a black, dude. I love it. I love it,
Hell
man.
yeah.
But yeah, so that was my PCP. I won't belabor it too much longer, but I take a lot of time, man, because I look and I try to get good stuff, and you have to do your research and find out, is this going to fit? Is this the right part? And
Hmm.
especially for these weird trucks. And this is a weird year where they offered both engines, and then like they switched over from TBI to multi-point, and that's a
MPFI.
whole
Yeah.
different animal, right? So yeah, just doing all that research, man, and just pulling the trigger, getting that Rock Auto bill up, and seeing that nasty shipping charge, the opposite of Amazon Prime. That's where Rock Auto like really sets itself apart. It's like,
That's where you gotta look for the little shipping icon
yep.
when you look, so you try and get it all in the same box.
Oh,
You limit your
there's so much
warehousing.
fun stuff. Yeah, or the closeout ones that are like marked down so incredibly well. Like you can get 3 out of 4 spark plugs and just wing it on the fourth one.
Yeah, fuck
Um,
it.
fuck it. But dude, I'm so pumped. I'm putting platinum plugs in it. It fucking deserves it. And we'll get some NGK wires. It's like, I buy the premium
Yeah,
stuff for these stupid ass trucks, but
yeah, yeah,
dude,
yeah,
it's fun. It's fun. It's gonna be fun bringing her all the way back. So
yeah. Well,
I'm
that's cool,
amped.
man. I'm gonna be excited to see that thing.
Yeah,
Um,
dude.
you think do you think it'd be a death trap to take that on a rally or no?
Bro, yeah, definitely.
You would die.
You know what? For 80 horsepower.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Hey,
I
I
wonder
just
if
did
it's
I just did 70 on a rally.
you think it's quicker than you think it's quicker than
No,
it
I
can't
don't.
be.
No,
God, it feels good though.
no. I've
I
got
bet it's
I probably got 600 700 pounds on me.
I bet it's quicker off-road.
Fair. This I would believe.
No, it's fucking cool, man. And then full convertible mode, baby. Woo!
Yeah, that's rad.
Yeah. Good
Very
little
cool.
truck. Parts are in,
Well,
baby, so you know what that means. So we're
that's
gonna get
right.
back to it. I'm gonna get
Crank,
back on
crank.
that horse, most importantly, and
Heroin?
that too.
Yeah. Gotta
I
get
can't make
back on
these
the
decisions
horse.
without it.
Yeah.
How about you, man?
Speaking of heroin, no, you know what? I've been kind of busy the past week, but I did do one extremely minor thing.
Mm.
But okay, do you remember? I don't know, it was maybe 5-ish months ago. Um, I made a whole much to do about how I put some work in on the CT 200H and I put new headlight bulbs in it.
Yeah,
Well, I
huge
know, big deal.
restoration project. Yeah.
So I'm driving like early in the morning a few days ago, so I don't know, a couple of days ago, Tuesday maybe, and I I'm driving right, and I've got like the auto headlights on, right?
Hmm.
I'm like, yeah, headlights are kind of dull, and I hit the high beams, right, and the high beams are like, "Ooh,"
Oh
like
yeah,
by comparison,
pretty
I was like,
good.
holy
Yeah.
shit, and then I turn them off. I'm like, something ain't right here. So I turn my fogs off. Nothing.
Oh shit.
Both bulbs are out. Both low beams are just out. I'm like, what the fuck?
Wow. They
I was
timed
like,
them
something's
perfectly.
wrong. Like, because I replaced them both at the same time, right? Because I
Sure.
did the one, and I got like the nicer, like silver star. I was like, I'm gonna spend the extra $10 and get the
Yeah.
nice bulbs. So I'm like, that's weird if they both are just
The same
done.
day. Yeah.
At the same time, I didn't even notice until I just turned them. Like, I was just like, boy, and then the high beams by comparison. So then I turned the fogs, and they were just both out. It's not like one went out, and
Wild.
then like an hour later, the other one went out. It was
Mm.
I turned my headlights on, and they're both out. Holy shit! Okay. Um, so it's fine. I get to where I'm going. I continue on the rest of my day. I still had the alternator core from the sprint from the rally.
Mm.
So okay, let me go get my $40 back. So it was, you know what? This was on Wednesday now. Picked the kid up early from school because it was an early day. We're like, hey, we got a mission. Let's go on this side quest, right? Let's go take the core back to O'Reilly's.
Hell yeah.
And so I was like, but when we get there, I want to check the bulbs. So sure enough, I just reach into there. I pop a headlight bulb out. It's burnt. It's gone. It's done. It's burnt.
Shit.
I'm like, what the fuck? All right, well, I guess I'm buying bulbs. So I go in, I turn the core in for $40. I immediately buy another 2-pack of bulbs for $39.99. So it was a net nothing,
Hmm.
net neutral. Put a bulb in, boop, That was on the passenger side. Yep, lights right up. Okay, pull the other bulb. Yep, it's burnt out. So I got multiple months out of a brand new set of like
Yikes.
Philips name brand bulbs.
Did you get like the ultra bright white? Because those tend to burn out quicker, but not unless you're driving.
Not like 5 months.
Yeah, unless you're driving purely at night or with your headlights on for whatever reason.
Even still, like
like
what?
They can be pretty
5,000 miles.
They can be pretty shitty.
Yeah, so I just was like, well, if there's something weird going on, I'm not going to put spendy balls. So I got like the cheap super hood rat ones were only like sold individual, and then so I got the cheapest 2-pack, 2-pack, if you will. And I got my 2-pack of Biggie bulbs that I installed them. I couldn't quite reach because I was too short, but I was able to make it work. That's it. I didn't get factory ones because they're out of production and they didn't have any NAS ones in stock. No, I don't know. Anyways,
did you just remember how to install them off of memory, or did you go buy an exhibit from a magazine? Instruction manual.
Yeah, definitely. So I just got the pack of bulbs and some M&M for the kids, and then for
delicious.
the kid. And, that was the end of it. This has been your white people making hip hop puns hour. Thank you for tuning in.
So bad.
But yeah, that was kind of all I've been able to do. Otherwise, I've just been kind of keeping busy this week. And
I love how you've replaced the bulbs on that car twice, and your hybrid fan probably looks like a smoker's lung after 80 years, and you still haven't gotten in there. Yeah. And I'm sure your water pump is from circa 2012.
Hey, there's one in a box, like right there.
It literally takes like an hour and a half if you take.
Yeah, no, I like did like a quick glance on how to do it, and it's like
I think it's five bolts or nuts.
Yeah, like 5. You got to like take the wheel off for the lower one and go in through there and all that.
It's so easy to like after doing timing belt driven water pumps. It's a breath of fresh air.
Yeah. Why don't they all do this?
Yeah. Fair point.
Rad. Well, you got any parting shots, sir?
Yeah, I'm gonna shut this fucker down, dude. We did our thing. Support Wagons. Go get a cool wagon.
Critical support for Wagons.
Yeah, if you're down, if you have a wagon that we didn't mention, that's cool. Please let us know in the comments.
Oh yeah, Wagons.
Reach out to us. We want to hear. But yeah, again, guys, thanks a ton. There's a lot of shitty content you could listen to out there, and you chose this shitty content.
Thanks for choosing our brand of garbage.
Everybody likes their own flavor, but
right.
we do really appreciate it. This has been another episode of Another Pointless Automotive Podcast, APA Podcast. For those in the goddamn know, we can be found on Instagram, ill represented on Instagram. We do have every episode on YouTube. Please jump in and subscribe. I think we're almost 80 subscribers. So I don't know when we switch to Major League, but I think we're effectively there. So please, free subscriptions running through the rest of the month of April. Jump on there. Yes. Leave us some comments. I like the comments. We actually get comments on our YouTube videos. It blows my mind.
What concept? Yeah,
it's crazy. Who's watching an hour of this bullshit? Watching it, not
certainly
doing
not
shit
us.
In the background. Yeah. So that's super cool. And of course, rate and review. That helps us a lot. Frank, where can the good folks follow your personal endeavors?
Just in my house. So if you're just
come on in,
look around,
leave my door
around. Just touch whomever you see here. Otherwise, the photographer's garage on the various social things. Unlike just coming into my house and just like heavily petting me, that's deeply antisocial. But on the social things, the photographer's garage. Otherwise, here, just find us here, talking absolute dribble. So thanks for doing that with us here at Another Pointless Automotive Podcast.
And you know where else the heavy petting is? Come on over to my place. I will allow the heavy petting. That's come in blindfolded, either way. Just start feeling yourself around in my area. Auto Obscure Garage is where you'll find me hanging out with no pants on. So always 100% of my videos shot no pants. So there's behind the paywall right there. But yeah, check it out. Reviews, restorations, and rescuing pieces of shit that don't deserve to be rescued. Tracker content coming up soon.
There we go.
We do appreciate it, guys.
Big and energy.
What am I calling it? I don't know what I'm going to call this project yet. I was going to call it Back on Track. I think that works.
Back on Track. That works.
Back on Track. I was going to go with Tracker Down. which is pretty cool.
Oh.
And then I was going to do.
I don't know. That kind of sounds like track her down, which makes
it does.
feel like
it's supposed to.
It's very stalkery.
Yeah, imagine getting stalked with a tracker. That's just insult to injury at that point.
Yeah.
Butt cracker tracker was in play for a little bit.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like there's a.
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like there's a cracker pun to be had in like
there is for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys.
Well, on that note,
yeah. Goodbye. Take care. Love you. Bye.
Ta-ta.